As a neurologist with over 25 years of experience, I've seen countless seniors unknowingly elevate their stroke risk through small daily habits they barely notice. Stroke is the fifth leading cause of death and the top cause of serious long-term disability in older adults, according to the CDC. Yet, many cases are preventable with simple changes, especially in the morning, when your body is most vulnerable. You might think you're making healthy choices, but one overlooked routine could be quietly damaging your brain and blood vessels, setting the stage for a life-altering event. In this guide, we'll explore the top 7 morning habits that dangerously increase your stroke risk overnight, and cover the warning signs you must never ignore, and provide practical, science-backed strategies to safeguard your brain and circulation as you age. Stroke doesn't strike without warning. It's often the result of years of small, compounding choices. By the end, you'll have a clear roadmap to spot danger signs early, make targeted changes, and protect your cognitive health for years to come. Stay with me, because every moment you invest in understanding these risks is a step toward a sharper, healthier future. Habit number 7, jumping out of bed too quickly. When you wake up after a night of rest, your body is in a delicate state. Your blood pressure is naturally lower, your heart rate is slower, and your brain hasn't fully adjusted to the demands of an upright position. Yet, many seniors leap out of bed to start their day, driven by habit, urgency, or the need to get moving. This sudden movement can trigger orthostatic hypotension, a rapid drop in blood pressure that causes dizziness, fainting, or even falls. For seniors, falls are a leading cause of injury, with over 3 million emergency room visits annually, per the CDC. But the real danger lies in the temporary disruption of blood flow to the brain. Suppose your arteries are narrowed due to aging, plaque buildup, atherosclerosis, or conditions like hypertension. In that case, this abrupt shift can starve your brain of oxygen, increasing the risk of transient ischemic attacks, TIAs, mini strokes, or a full-blown ischemic stroke. A 2020 study in stroke found that the early morning hours 6-9 a.m. account for a disproportionate number of stroke events, partly due to sudden physical transitions like this. For seniors with risk factors like diabetes, heart disease, or peripheral artery disease, the stakes are even higher, as their circulatory systems are already compromised. Consider Margaret, a 72-year-old patient who ignored morning lightheadedness for months, only to suffer a fall that fractured her hip and revealed a series of undetected mini-strokes. Her story is a reminder your body's signals are not to be ignored. To protect yourself, adopt a slow wake-up routine. Stay in bed for 1-2 minutes after waking. Take 5-10 slow, deep breaths, and gently sit up before standing. If you have a history of low blood pressure or feel unsteady, keep a glass of water by your bedside to sip before moving. This helps boost blood volume and stabilize pressure. For those with mobility issues, consider installing bed rails or consulting an occupational therapist for safe transitions. If you've ever felt dizzy or lightheaded upon standing, that's your brain's warning sign. Don't dismiss it as just aging. A 2019 study in neurology showed that orthostatic hypotension doubles stroke risk in older adults over 5 years. By respecting your body's pace, you're not just preventing falls. You're shielding your brain from silent damage that accumulates over time. 2 minutes of patience each morning can add years of clarity to your life. Habit number 6. Skipping water first thing in the morning. Your brain is approximately 75% water, and after 7-8 hours of sleep without fluid intake, your body is in a state of mild dehydration. This isn't just about feeling thirsty. Dehydration thickens your blood, elevates blood pressure, and forces your heart to work harder to pump blood to your brain. Thicker blood is more prone to clotting, and elevated pressure strains fragile blood vessels, creating a perfect storm for stroke. A 2019 study in stroke found that dehydration is a significant, under-recognized trigger for ischemic strokes, particularly in seniors, who often have reduced thirst perception and compromised kidney function. For those taking diuretics for hypertension or heart failure common among older adults, dehydration risk is even higher, as these medications increase fluid loss. Many seniors reach for coffee or tea first thing, but caffeine can worsen dehydration, compounding the problem. Consider John, a 68-year-old retiree who started his day with 2 cups of coffee, unaware that his morning headaches and fatigue were signs of dehydration stressing his brain. After a tea scare, he began drinking water first thing, and his symptoms improved dramatically. To protect your brain, make it a habit to drink a full 8-12-ounce glass of room temperature water before anything else. Room temperature water is gentler on your stomach and absorbed more efficiently than cold water. Keep a reusable water bottle by your bed or set a phone reminder to ensure consistency. If plain water feels unappealing, add a slice of lemon, cucumber, or a splash of natural fruit juice. Avoid sugary additives, which can inflame blood vessels. For seniors with hypertension, heart disease, or a history of stroke symptoms, this is non-negotiable. A 2021 study in The Lancet linked adequate hydration to a 20% reduction in cardiovascular events, including stroke. This 1-minute habit rehydrates your body, thins your blood naturally, and supports healthy circulation, protecting your memory, balance, and cognitive function. Don't wait to feel thirsty. Your brain is already dehydrated by the time you notice. Think of water as your brain's morning fuel. Denying it is like starting your car without oil. Start tomorrow, and your brain will thank you with years of vitality. Habit number 5. Starting your day with high-sodium breakfast choices. Many seniors believe they're eating healthily, but common breakfast foods like cereals, instant oatmeal packets, processed cheeses, breakfast sausages, bacon, or store-bought breads are often packed with hidden sodium. Excess salt is a direct threat to your brain because it raises blood pressure, stiffens arteries, and puts immense strain on the delicate blood vessels in your brain. Over time, this pressure can weaken or rupture a vessel, leading to a hemorrhagic stroke or contribute to clot formation, causing an ischemic stroke. The CDC reports that nearly 90% of adults consume too much sodium, and for seniors with hypertension, affecting over 60% of those over 65. Per the National Institutes of Health, the morning spike in blood pressure makes high-sodium breakfasts particularly dangerous. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium daily, with an ideal limit of 1,500 milligrams for those with high blood pressure. Yet a single serving of some breakfast foods, for example, a bowl of cereal or 2 slices of bread, can exceed 500 milligrams. Take Susan, a 70-year-old who thought her daily instant oatmeal was a heart-healthy choice, only to discover it contained 400 milligrams of sodium per packet, contributing to her uncontrolled hypertension. After switching to unsweetened, homemade oatmeal with fresh fruit, her blood pressure stabilized, and she felt more energized. To protect your brain, swap high-sodium options for fresh, whole foods. Try unsweetened oatmeal with berries and a sprinkle of cinnamon, a boiled egg with pepper, or whole grain toast with avocado and a pinch of salt-free seasoning. Check labels carefully. Even healthy or heart-friendly products can hide surprising amounts of sodium. For example, a single slice of store-bought bread can contain 150 to 00 mg of sodium, and a serving of processed cheese can add another 400 milligrams. Aim for a breakfast with 300-400 mg of sodium or less, and pair with potassium-rich foods like bananas, oranges, or spinach to balance electrolytes and support healthy blood pressure. A 2022 study in hypertension found that reducing sodium intake by just 1,000 milligrams daily lowers stroke risk by 12%. If you're accustomed to processed foods, transition gradually. Try cutting your usual portion in half and supplementing with fresh ingredients. Reducing morning salt isn't just about your heart, it directly impacts your brain's blood flow and long-term health. Don't let a salty breakfast silently erode your most vital organ. Change your plate, and you'll change your future. Habit number 4, drinking too much coffee on an empty stomach. Coffee is a morning ritual for many seniors, but consuming large amounts of caffeine, especially before eating, can pose serious risks. Caffeine stimulates your adrenal glands, releasing adrenaline that spikes your heart rate and constricts blood vessels, leading to a rapid increase in blood pressure. For seniors with hypertension, narrowed arteries, or a history of heart issues, this sudden jolt can reduce blood flow to the brain, increasing the risk of mini strokes or irregular heart rhythms like atrial fibrillation, a known stroke trigger. A 2021 study in the Journal of Clinical Hypertension found that excessive caffeine intake, particularly on an empty stomach, exacerbates morning blood pressure surges, which are already a high-risk period for stroke 6-10 a.m. If you're drinking multiple cups back-to-back or pairing coffee with sugary creamers, the risks. Compound sugar and artificial additives contribute to inflammation and vascular damage, further stressing your brain. Consider Robert, a 74-year-old who relied on 3 cups of black coffee to wake up, only to experience palpitations and a TIA that landed him in the hospital. After adjusting his routine to include water and a small breakfast first, he reduced his coffee to 1 cup and felt steadier. To protect your brain, start your morning with water to rehydrate. Then eat a small, balanced breakfast. Think a piece of fruit, a handful of nuts, or a slice of whole grain toast before your coffee. Limit yourself to 1 moderate cup 8-10 ounces and avoid loading it with sugar or high-fat creamers, which can spike blood sugar and contribute to arterial inflammation. If you have a history of heart disease, arrhythmias, or prior stroke symptoms, consult your doctor about safe caffeine limits. Some seniors may need to cap intake at 100 milligrams daily, about 1 small cup. A 2020 American Journal of Cardiology study linked excessive caffeine to a 15% higher risk of cardiovascular events in older adults. If you rely on coffee to combat fatigue, explore underlying causes like poor sleep, dehydration, or nutrient deficiencies, for example, low iron or vitamin B12, and address those with your doctor. Coffee can be part of a healthy routine, but timing and moderation are critical. Your goal is to energize your body without shocking your system. Be smarter than your caffeine habits, and your brain will thank you. Habit number 3, ignoring morning dizziness or weakness. Far too many seniors dismiss feelings of dizziness, weakness, or imbalance in the morning as just part of getting older, but these symptoms are often your brain's desperate cry for help. Dizziness or lightheadedness can signal inadequate blood flow to the brain, often due to low blood pressure, dehydration, or narrowed arteries atherosclerosis. Weakness in an arm or leg, slurred speech, or an unusual sensation in your face, even if fleeting, could indicate a transient ischemic attack TIA, a temporary blockage of blood flow that's a major red flag for stroke. The National Stroke Association reports that up to 40% of people who experience a TIA will have a full stroke within days or weeks if untreated, and the morning is a high-risk time due to natural fluctuations in blood pressure and heart rate. A 2018 neurology study found that morning TIAs are particularly common in seniors with risk factors like hypertension, diabetes, or a history of smoking. Take Linda, a 69-year-old who ignored morning dizziness for weeks, attributing it to not sleeping well. A sudden stroke left her with partial paralysis, which could have been prevented with earlier action. If you wake up with these symptoms, don't brush them off, even if they resolve quickly. Take immediate action. Sit or lie down to avoid falling. Hydrate with water, and note the time, duration, and specifics of the episode. For example, 7:15 a.m. Felt dizzy for 2 minutes. Left arm felt weak. Contact your doctor as soon as possible. And if symptoms include sudden confusion, vision changes, severe headache, or facial drooping, call emergency services immediately. Use the FAST acronym: face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911. Tools like the Senior Health Tracker app can help you log symptoms, track patterns, and share data with your healthcare provider for faster diagnosis. For seniors with risk factors, consider investing in a home blood pressure monitor to check readings during symptomatic moments. A 2021 Journal of the American Geriatric Society study showed that early detection of TIAs reduces stroke risk by up to 80% with timely intervention. Your brain is giving you a warning. Ignoring it is like ignoring a smoke alarm. Act fast, stay vigilant, and treat every unusual morning symptom as a potential red flag. Your quick response could prevent a catastrophic stroke. Habit number 2, skipping or mismanaging morning medications. For millions of seniors, medications like blood pressure pills, blood thinners, or statins are lifelines that protect against stroke. Yet forgetting doses or taking them incorrectly is alarmingly common. These medications are often time-sensitive, designed to stabilize your body during the morning, when blood pressure naturally peaks and stroke risk is highest 6-10 a.m. per Stroke Journal. Skipping a dose can cause your blood pressure to spike uncontrollably or allow clots to form, while doubling up to catch up can lead to dangerous side effects like internal bleeding or critically low blood pressure. A 2020 study in the American Journal of Medicine found that medication non-adherence contributes to nearly 25% of preventable strokes in seniors. Common mistakes include taking pills without water, with coffee or grapefruit juice, which can interfere with absorption, or at inconsistent times, reducing effectiveness. Consider George, a 76-year-old who forgot his blood thinner one morning and suffered a stroke later that day. His story underscores the importance of routine. To protect your brain, establish a foolproof medication system. Use a pill organizer labeled with days and times. Set a daily alarm on your phone or smartwatch, and keep medications in a consistent, accessible spot, for example, next to your toothbrush. Always take pills with a full glass of water to ensure proper absorption, and avoid pairing with beverages that interact with drugs. Check with your pharmacist about specific interactions. If you're overwhelmed by multiple prescriptions, don't hesitate to consult your doctor or pharmacist. They can simplify your regimen, adjust dosages, or recommend tools like medication apps, for example, Medisafe or Pill Reminder. For seniors with memory challenges, involve a caregiver or family member to ensure consistency, or explore automatic pill dispensers with alerts. A 2022 Journal of Geriatric Cardiology study found that consistent medication adherence reduces stroke risk by 30% in high-risk seniors. Your morning medications are your brain's shield against stroke. Treat them with the same priority as locking your front door. One missed dose could leave your brain vulnerable when it needs protection most. Habit number 1, holding in urine for too long after waking. It may sound surprising, but delaying a trip to the bathroom in the morning can have serious consequences for your brain. When you hold in urine, your overfull bladder triggers the release of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which cause a sharp spike in blood pressure and constrict blood vessels. For seniors with stiff or narrowed arteries common with aging or conditions like hypertension, this sudden pressure surge can strain or rupture delicate brain vessels, increasing the risk of hemorrhagic stroke. Moreover, a 2018 study in the Journal of Urology found that prolonged urine retention can trigger atrial fibrillation in susceptible individuals, a heart rhythm disorder that raises stroke risk by promoting clot formation. The early morning, when blood pressure is already naturally elevated, is an especially dangerous time for this habit. A 2020 European Heart Journal study linked morning blood pressure surges to a 50% higher risk of stroke in seniors with hypertension. Take Mary, a 71-year-old who habitually delayed urination to check her phone, only to experience a stroke triggered by uncontrolled blood pressure. Her doctor later identified her bladder retention as a contributing factor. The solution is simple. Prioritize a bathroom trip as soon as you feel the urge after waking. Don't linger in bed scrolling through notifications, starting chores, or waiting until after breakfast. If mobility issues make getting to the bathroom challenging, consider bedside aids like a portable urinal or commode, or consult an occupational therapist for home modifications like grab bars. For seniors with heart disease, diabetes, or a history of urinary issues, for example, enlarged prostate or overactive bladder, this habit is even more critical to address. Keep a journal to track urination patterns and discuss frequent urges or difficulties with your doctor. Conditions like urinary retention may require medical intervention. Your bladder's signals are your body's way of protecting itself. Ignoring them is like ignoring a check engine light. Respond promptly, and you'll reduce unnecessary stress on your brain and circulatory system. Your next steps: take control of your morning. Protect your brain. Stroke doesn't strike without warning. It's the result of years of small, compounding habits, many of which peak in the morning. Now that you're aware of the top 7 habits that increase your stroke risk overnight: jumping out of bed too fast, skipping water, high-sodium breakfasts, excessive coffee, ignoring dizziness, mismanaging medications, and holding in urine, you have the power to change your future. Each of these habits is within your control, and even small adjustments can dramatically lower your risk. Start tomorrow with a 3-step plan. Hydrate and move slowly. Drink a glass of water and take 1-2 minutes to transition from bed to standing. Choose brain-healthy foods. Opt for a low-sodium, whole food breakfast, for example, oatmeal with fruit, avocado toast. Prioritize medications and symptoms. Take your pills on time with water. And log any dizziness or weakness in the Senior Health Tracker app. Thousands of seniors are already using this app to monitor symptoms, track habits, and stay proactive about brain health. A 2023 Journal of the American Heart Association study found that lifestyle interventions like these reduce stroke risk by up to 40% in high-risk groups. The science is clear. Awareness and action are your greatest weapons against stroke. Don't wait for a health crisis to force you to slow down. By rethinking your morning routine, you can protect your brain, preserve your independence, and enjoy more years of clarity, energy, and vitality. Share this guide with a loved one who needs to hear it, and check the resources below for tools like the Senior Health Tracker app and stroke prevention guides. Your mornings shape your brain's future. Make them count.